Hello and welcome to HITC Sport, and after dragging the life out of the Premier League kit reviews, it's time to move on to the Championship. Here at HITC we don't spend enough time talking about the second tier. It's the most exciting and unpredictable league in the world, or so we keep being told. But other than the odd prediction video, we don't give the division the respect it deserves, so if you'd like more Championship style content, let us know in the comments below. But today we're talking kits, so let's look at every home kit from the Championship this season and give it a rating out of 10. Barnsley, 7 out of 10. They dramatically survived on the final day of last season with a shock win over Brentford that gave one HITC member an out-of-body experience, and for the new season they've gone with a pretty plain and safe kit. Obviously someone must have had a word with them after last year's kit, where they had a weird brick effect. They should have gone down just for that. But this year's more simple, and they continue with the sponsor, the Investment Room, despite spending barely any money on two random poles. Birmingham City, 9 out of 10. There's been a huge transfer of Birmingham City this summer. Forget Jude Bellingham going to Dortmund, the club have gone from Adidas kits to Nike. It's a huge deal at St Andrews, and it's already working out for them. I would imagine the deal isn't quite as lucrative as Liverpool's. Christ, all that money, and all they could come up with was this. My half-blind grandmother could have done a better job. Right, I need to stop talking about the Prem. This is a great kit from Birmingham, and it would have been a 10 out of 10 if it didn't have a collar the size of Harry Hill's. Blackburn Rovers, 7 out of 10. Just like Barnsley, Blackburn's kit is pretty simple. It's the usual blue and white half kit with white sleeves, a bit of red trim, and one of those random little collars that England used to have back in 2006. The days of being sponsored by Venky's Chicken have gone. Christ, I bet that was never finger-licking good. And in fact, they're now sponsored by Recoverite Ice Compression Wear, which to my shock isn't a company that just makes antifreeze. Bournemouth, 3 out of 10. This shirt was rotten in the Prem and it's rotten in the Championship and all. Bournemouth wore this at the back end of the last season when the fight to avoid relegation was about as limp as a man desperately in need of Viagra, and they've continued to wear it in the second tier, just with a different sponsor. I mean, what are those stripes? It looks like someone's just used the spray can feature on Microsoft Paint. Brentford, 8 out of 10. The Bees have got a smart new kit for the smart new stadium, as they look to banish the nightmare that was the playoff final against Fulham. But at least you beat them in the cup, eh lads? I'm sure that more than made up for your Wembley heartache. Bristol City, 6 out of 10. No longer sponsored by Dunder Mifflin to the anger of Michael Scott, Bristol are now backed by a betting company with Mansions bets splashed over their new Hummel jersey. It's not a bad kit, I'd wear it if I was a Bristol City fan, but their goalkeeper kit, what's Daniel Bentley done to deserve this? Cardiff City, 4.5 out of 10. I swear this is just the same kit Cardiff had from like 4 years ago. Have some variety lads, mix it up. Maybe have like a dragon on it or something? I don't know, anything. Coventry City, 4 out of 10. You wait all this time to win promotion and this is what you're gonna wear. Really? It's like finally getting a date with that girl only to turn up wearing joggers and a tatty old SpongeBob shirt. The bottom of the shirt's got this crazy pattern going on in homage to the 1992 kit from the Premier League. But why did they half-arse it? If they'd gone the whole hog and done the whole kit like it probably would have been much better. Derby County, 5 out of 10. I mean, Derby kits are always pretty plain, aren't they? It's smart I guess, but nothing to get excited about. I've had Toothache more exciting. Huddersfield Town, 5.5 out of 10. It's the second year of Huddersfield going sponsorless thanks to Paddy Power. Thank God they never wore that kit permanently. This one's nicer than last year's with wider stripes, although it's not too far removed from a generic kit you'd see down goals on a Tuesday night. Luton Town, 6.5 out of 10. Luton have swapped Puma for Umbro and they've been rewarded with a tidy looking kit. Clad out in orange as per as if there's some Netherlands tribute act heading to the darts, they're sponsored by JB Developments, which is... I've got no idea. Justin Bieber Developments maybe? Okay, I googled it, they're a construction company, that's fair enough. Middlesbrough, 8.5 out of 10. Busy, that's how I describe this shirt, busy. They're busy Miss Lizzie. There's a lot going on. There's a collar with some trimmings, there's a nice navy below the neck, they've got the usual Hummel chevrons, a big ass sponsor telling you to set your limits but please keep using our betting company. I like it, it's quite loud, but it's a strong effort from the borough, well done lads. Millwall, 6.5 out of 10. I'm not going to say anything bad about Millwall, I've made that mistake before, Christ. This kit's decent and it's certainly better than last year's effort, but I find the sponsor to be curious. You'd think Millwall would be sponsored by some proper blokes company like Bricks for You or a window cleaner who just wanders down the streets with a ladder and a kind of damp rag. But no, they're sponsored by Husky Chocolate, who produce both hot and cold chocolate drinks. I bet the Millwall ultras loved necking one of them before a game. Norwich City, 9 out of 10. Why did Norwich save their best kits for the Championship? The kits last year were absolutely rank. I've seen more pleasant piles of bird muck, but this year they brought their A game, and the home shirt, while not too exciting, is really pretty to look at. The minor detail that does it for me is the white on the collar and the sleeve. It's really nice, well done Norwich. Nottingham Forest, 5 out of 10. Not much to see here, just another plain Nottingham Forest kit that doesn't look like it's changed since the last time they were in the top flight. It's alright though, nothing wrong about it, although I'm curious about the sponsor. Does anyone there actually play Football Index? The advert's on the telly more than that bitch Peppa Pig telling me to wash my hands. How about you to stop being nice, Peppa, then we'll talk. Preston North End 6.5 out of 10. This is a nice looking kit from Preston North End, but the thing that makes me laugh is the sponsor. It's 32 red with the tagline never chase losses. So when Preston are down 2-0 and don't even bother trying to get back in the game, you know why? They're just following the sponsor on the shirt to the letter. All they need after that is a 5 treble on Lazio and a like netball team and the Werder Bremen under 16s. QPR 3 out of 10. Another club sponsored by Football Index. This isn't a very nice kit, is it? I just don't get why the blue hoops don't go all the way to the top. It's as if the shirt's just half finished. It's poor from QPR, a team that's probably still crippled from the time Tony Fernandes just signed any Premier League has-been en route to relegation. Reading 9.5 out of 10. Now this is how you do blue and white hoops, take no QPR. This is my favourite kit from the Championship this season, and the Reading players are obviously loving it too after a bright start of the season. Although actually they probably don't care. I wonder if football players are actually bothered about what their kit looks like. Rotherham United 5.5 out of 10. Pretty uninspiring from the Millers this season, but just because you didn't know the nickname was the Millers, they've got it printed all over the home shirt in dark red writing. I mean, what's the point? It would be better if it was just a pattern, or names of fans, or a cake recipe, I don't know, anything but that. Sheffield Wednesday 2 out of 10. Hideous, absolutely hideous. It's bad enough they've been docked 12 points, but they're now playing a simple blue and white shirt, which for some reason, the blue is slightly camouflaged. I mean, what's the point? Who are you trying to hide from? The tax man? Stoke City 7.5 out of 10. Similar red and white stripes from a Stoke City, this is a tidy looking shirt that'll look lovely on a wet and windy night at the bridge, when you're allowed to go that is. Swansea City 3 out of 10. What on earth is going on at the bottom of this shirt? I mean, what were they trying to achieve? It's like the designer just wanted to play a giant game of dot to dot. Apparently it's inspired by the city's coastline, but I'm not having that. God awful. Watford 1 out of 10. Without a doubt, this is the worst home kit in the Championship this season. Watford do like to mix the shirts up from time to time, but this one has to go in the dud pile. Rather than stripes, they've gone for spikes. I mean, who thought that was a good idea? I'm so happy I don't have to scald my eyes every week watching that on Match of the Day. And finally, Wycombe Wanderers 5.5 out of 10. We end with Championship newcomers Wycombe, and to be honest, I think this kit's alright. It's not the worst, but it isn't horrendous either. Although you could argue it looks more like they're wearing a pair of curtains. Gareth Ainsworth's side seriously need to pull themselves together though if they're going to survive. Thank you, I'm here all week. So there we have it, that's every Championship club's home kit rated for this season out of 10. Watford's the worst, Reading's the best. Let me know what your favourites are in the comments below. Please tell me why I'm wrong and why I'm an awful person for liking a certain kit and not liking another one. I'd love to hear from you. As always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to HITC Sport. You can follow me on Twitter, I'm at HITC James. If there's any other leagues you want me to look at the kits for, maybe it's the Mongolian Premier League, just let me know in the comments below. But until next time, we will see you around.